back on Travel Michigan. I'm George Zimmerman along with Michelle Benosh. And Michelle, first stop today is up in the Traverse City area. Where are we heading?
We're headed to Acme at the Music House Museum, and we're talking with Patty Richards, who's the gift shop and events manager there. And Patty, a lot of folks know Traverse City and have heard a lot about Traverse City, but Music House is one of those kind of hidden gems that a lot of folks may not know about. So tell us a little bit about what the museum's all about.
Well, the museum is a museum of automated keyboard instruments. That would be pianos and organs. And we have a variety of organs, dance organs, theater organs, chapel organs. And all of our instruments date from about 1880 to about 1930. And the interesting thing about our instruments is that they are restored as their period denotes.
So, and how many of them do you have?
We have about 14 on the floor. We have 2 new ones this year, one from last year, which is a giraffe piano. They made, the Cable Nelson Company made about 50 of them. And this is a grand piano, and instead of being horizontal, it's vertical.
Oh, wow.
There are 4 in existence, and ours is one of the 4.
Wow. So how long has the Music House Museum been there?
We're celebrating our 30th birthday, and we had our birthday party the 30th of May.
And how is it that a museum of antique pianos and organs gets started? I mean, what was how did that happen?
Well, there were a group of men and women who just plain collected things, and they sort of came together in the late 1970s that they needed to do something about it. Don't keep this where only we can see it. Let's get it out and make it public.
Right, and the typical visitor to the Music House Museum, are they musically inclined people? Are they from the music business in some way? I mean, or are they just kind of average people?
They're really basically average people, and many of them come to us on tours, and they come from all over the United States, as well as people coming from across the ocean to join tours here. Our tours last about an hour and a half. They're docent, guided, and we talk about each instrument historically, what it does, and then we play the instruments, and they play the music of the period of time that they were originally designed.
So the docents have to be proficient musicians as well?
No. As a matter of fact, only one of them is sort of musical. He plays the guitar fantastically.
I see.
But mostly they're people who are interested in people.
Okay.
And so they know about these instruments, and they talk, and they interact with, if somebody asks a question, they're ready to answer the question.
Mm-hmm. Now, you say you play them because they're automated, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
That means they are in paper rolls or on cardboard books.
Yeah, so they can play themselves.
Yes.
So that makes it easier.
That makes it easier, yes. It's easier on the docents,
At one time, the docents did play one of the organs, and oftentimes would make little piano pieces, and so that meant that they needed to be musically inclined, but that's very hard to find.
Well, now, you mentioned that many of your visitors come in groups, on kind of group tour situations. So how is visitation at the museum? Is it expanding? Is it flat? It can contract? And what are you seeing as far as people being interested in this kind of museum?
It went down for a while, but it is beginning to climb again. Okay. I know that I have a ton of tours coming in June.
Mm-hmm.
And what is your is there one showstopper or hallmark piece in the collection that is the, prize of the collection?
Actually, we have 2. One is our 1922 Mortier dance organ, and that came to us probably about 1980. Took a while to restore. It's very large, and that is our most outstanding piece. And our other is a Weber Duo Art reproducing piano, and which we have George Gershwin playing.
And why are they? What's special about those 2 pieces?
Well, the dance organ, the Belgian dance organ, is one of the larger ones in the United States. as a matter of fact, one of the larger ones in the world. And there probably are maybe only 2 or 3 close to that size that are open to the public. And ours still has the original facade painting, so that it looks very, very much like it did back in 1922.
Well, it sounds like a fascinating place. I think a lot of people obviously vacation in the Traverse City area, probably never thought about going to your place, but if they knew about it, they probably would stop by.
Yes, and we are having more and more what you call foot traffic, and that is totally delightful. We love having them.
So you're in Acme, which is near Grand Traverse Resort. Where are you exactly? What's the exact location?
We're about 1.5 miles north on the left-hand side of the street, going north.
Okay.
From the resort.
From the resort, yes, up in the resort area there. Well, great. So that's Patty Richards telling us about the Music House Museum. She's the gift shop and events manager there. Sounds like a fascinating place, a place that a lot of us probably didn't know about before we talked about this. Michelle, have you been there yet?
I have not been there yet, but I've been talking about it a lot as we talk about we've gotten a lot of interest in hidden gems around the state, and this is one that keeps coming up. So I am planning to make a trip now next time I'm up in the Traverse City area.
Absolutely. And this definitely would qualify as your hidden gem kind of destination. We definitely want to check it out. Again, that's the Music House Museum. Their website is musichouse.org. Coming up next, we're going to go over to the Saginaw Midland Bay City area, talk about the Michigan Jazz Trail coming up. Big events going on there with jazz music. That's next on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at michigan.org.